So this is the outfit for today. I'm going to be shooting and we're going to be using a watch as the actual thing to shoot, and it's going to have some blue in it. So of course I'm wearing gray because I love gray now, but I think that it's really important to think about every little piece as much as possible. And now at this point I'm just thinking, you know, it's going to have some blue in it, and I'm not really a fan of blue, so I don't own any blue anymore, of course. So I was thinking tan, which is why that is, because tan, skin tones, yellows are really complementary to blue. But I'm definitely not doing black because it kind of clashes. It depends. It's like really dicey with blue and black. So that's why I'm kind of going with this all gray, just to really help out that blue. So in 2020, I've been making leaps and bounds in everything in my life, just been really crushing it in a lot of the things I've been focusing on. And you know, one of the things that I kind of say is one of the biggest factors for the success of this, aside from really being interested in it just being the time for me, is being able to just totally lock it in and not being able to be wavered too much. I'm really dialing in my calories and macros for my nutrition, and I really want to get down to below 10% body fat. That is my goal. I'm hoping to get there by July. One of the things is being really locked into these calories and these the meals that I'm eating. Now today is Saturday and I'm going to be meeting up with my friend, and we're going to be doing a shoot and getting food, and he's already in New York, and he texted me around like 10 o'clock. I don't want to have him wait around in New York till 4 o'clock until I break my fast. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of compromise. We're going to meet up at like 1:30, we're going to shoot, and then we're going to eat. So I get to still push it back a little bit, you know, and at the place we're going, it's some new place, Polish food, which I've never had before. They do have a breaded chicken and potatoes. So I'm still locking it in. There's variables, they'll probably cook it in a lot of oils or deep fry it, who knows. It's gonna be delicious. And then I just kind of leave out something, because I always leave a little dessert at the end of the day. I'm probably gonna omit that from today, just because I don't know what the restaurant's gonna do to like slather it in butter or whatever they have. Extras, maybe they have a bunch of bread before, who knows. Oh, it's gonna be so great. It's totally cool to still be in there, and you just change the shape of the system, but it's still on the rails. So let's say you're on a train and it's going up and down the rails, you can still walk in between cars, you can stay in the car, and it's still on track and it's locked in. And that's kind of what I'm saying, is like you get to morph what's going on in the system, and you know, push and pull things around. You do have freedom, and it's actually not that crazy. So I got the idea for this video. I was just watching some random YouTube video on my homepage, and this guy on it, he's a photographer, Jay something. He was talking about exposing vulnerable areas. I was like, oh, that's super smart. And then all of a sudden I had this kind of like epiphany, like grown from that thing. I'm always looking for a little bit more and leveling it up, and like lately I've been thinking about actually going backwards. Decided this time was go backwards so I have a new default, and then go forwards in the new way, which is using a story, in not necessarily like putting a whole story in a photo shoot, but using a themed kind of idea. What's up, Nick?
Hey man.
What's up, dude?
How are you?
Going.
You look cold.
Yeah, it's cold out. You look sharp.
Thank
Love
you.
is love. Adios.
Bend up with the switch again. Wouldn't look like he happening. What would they just give him estimates? Somersaults for my Benjamins.
I just finished up shooting with Nick here. This is Nick.
How are you?
A good friend of mine. His page is Tailored Timepieces. I always get it backwards. We just shot a couple shots of me in the root beer, which is one of the best watches, right?
I love. It's actually my favorite one. If I had to choose, it would be between that one and the Blue Sky Dweller. But I think the root beer, what really stands out to me is the two-tone bracelet.
Bend up with the switch again. Wouldn't look like he happening. What would they just give him estimates? Somersaults for my Benjamins.
So I got the AP right now, the Audemars Piguet Navy. It's the ceramic version. There's two versions, the rubber that's got the white with the navy subdials, and this one is actually the more expensive one for all you ballers out there, navy with the white subdials.
Is that for sale right now?
It is for sale.
Yeah, for sale. tailored timepiece. We're gonna get some Polish foods now. First time ever. It'll be in line with my macros and my calories, so that I'm gonna keep that thing. As I mentioned earlier, with having it part of the rail system, I get to move around. It's gonna be right in line.
I'll be moving to New York in a couple months. You know, I'm thinking of doing something where we check out cool new places to eat. Make it like a meetup.com thing.
Cars. Okay, so the shots with Nick were really, really great. And we planned out this little story, but since it was a new idea, it wasn't perfect, it wasn't great, but I love the concept. So I'm going to try it again. I'll do it myself where I can kind of like really dial it in a little bit better and kind of evolve it so it's something a little more special. But it was a really nice, relieving, refreshing, I would say, to have him to be like, oh no, that's great, you know? It worked, but it wasn't well executed. So I think that we're gonna try, or I'm gonna try it again. With the shots of Nick, either way, we took ones just of him after, just to make him look more badass, you know? I love shooting men. I like the idea of being able to know what men like in a photo, and I do want to talk about more photography stuff, specifically for men that aren't trying to model necessarily or even do things like that, just kind of more generalized, better images of you that, one, that your friends won't give you crap for, won't bust your balls, but two, will get the ladies, will get more attention, get a better view of yourself. I want to show you guys how to do that. And then also, if you wanted to do some modeling too, you can also apply these techniques. So let me know if you guys want to know more about modeling and photography and stuff like that, because I would love to talk about that and all that stuff. So that's kind of the end of the day, and as far as the food goes and the caloric intake and everything, that meal was pretty much it. Like, that chicken was enormous. It was breaded, it was definitely deep fried, it was delicious. Lots of mashed potatoes, and the spinach was it's some of the best spinach I ever had. I don't know what they did to it. Really confusing. But anyways, as far as the rest of the day goes, after that, Nick and I went and got a donut. And it was a brownie covered donut. And you know I'm stupid about brownies, so I was like, oh, brownie donut? I don't even like donuts really, but I was like, brownie, all right. And then that was pretty much it. Like, I can't eat anything else. I hit my calories pretty much for that. I had like an extra, like a little bit left, I figured. So when I got home, just to decompress, I had like a little bit of a Quest bar, which is pretty low in calories and some good protein. And maybe I'm up, I didn't track it very well. It's really hard when you're at a restaurant. So at this point, I'm just gonna call it a day and just be like, no more food. Just in general, lock it down. So guys, I really wanna hear from you what you struggle with or what you don't even know, like what areas of your life. Is it women? Is it professional? Is it hobby related? Are you actually pretty good at something, say photography, but you're just interested in seeing somebody else's point of view? Are you interested in minimalism? Do you struggle with it, or do you just like it in general? I want to hear all about that stuff. Yeah, that's it. Over.
Are we vlogging right now?
We're always vlogging.